What initially transpired, first and foremost, it was brought as a status miscellaneous amendment, which again was not just in our eyes, but in actually legally was not the right way to have done this. And initially, the government had proposed sweeping powers to the cabinet secretary. We were able to fight the first phase, and we said that yes, there is a need for us to have a vibrant shipping line. This was, the whole amendment had actually been customized for particular business interests. The issue of the people was never at heart. There are many questions that have been raised by members here to those in charge of the maritime industry regarding employment issues, regarding issues to do with unfair practices by foreign shipping lines and their agencies here. Nothing has been addressed to date. So this has nothing to do with our people. It actually had something to do with trying to customize in the perceivement that it is actually Kenya National Shipping Line. And we were able to garner the support, the whole of Parliament. You're aware of what transpired, where we were able to put in an amendment that if a shipping line is to run a terminal, then let it be wholly owned by the government. It was very, very easy for the government to actually say that they're paying back shares. Amount of money that MSC has invested in Kenya National Shipping Line was in the region of about 50 million. It was very, very easy to calculate and say that this is the amount of money that they've been able to put in, and this is the amount of money that they're going to be paid if we wanted to have just the name Kenya National Shipping Line, where ownership would now be 100% Kenyan. We fought the battle, and we actually were able to go through it throughout. You will recall that when the voting was being done, we had initially been told that we had lost. We called for a division where physical counting showed that almost 70% of all members of Parliament were in agreement with us that Kenya National Shipping Line as an entity should be wholly owned by Kenyans. As per the Constitution, Article 115, it gives the President the powers to be able to return back any laws with his reservations through a memorandum. That was communicated to Parliament by the Speaker of the National Assembly. And ultimately, if at all, those reservations are to be negated by the National Assembly, then we need to have 2/3, not of those who are currently present in the chambers, but 2/3 of every single person who is known as a member of Parliament. The wording that the President was able to bring in was that it should just be owned or operated. And the danger in this is that we are seeing now an opportunity where someone can simply be able to come and offer shares of 3%, 2% to government and run terminals, which is, when you give a terminal for 33 years or even more, you're giving out our natural resources for a whole generation out. It is an argument that we have insisted on. We respect the constitution of this country, but we are again stressing the fact that we are totally not in agreement with what has transpired. And you want to know the irony of it all. Currently, there is a paper that has been tabled, a report that has been tabled in Parliament. After whatever happened with the Kenya Airways taking over the Kenya Airport Authority, you're all evident to it. Now they're saying that Kenya Airways should be nationalized. Now look at the irony of it all. On one part, you're saying that Kenya Airways should be nationalized. On the other part, you're saying that our shipping lines should be privatized. On one side, you're talking about, no, Kenya Airways cannot be able to run a terminal at the airport. On the other part, you're telling us that, yes, private shipping lines can be able to run our terminals. The danger in this is multifold. It is truly multifold. And we just want it to be known that as much as we respect the constitution of this country, we are totally not in agreement with whatever has transpired.
Mwachie